Check, check. Check, check.
There
We
we
are
go.
live. Welcome to D20 Gaming LLC here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We're enjoying some two-headed commander action today. My name is Eric Volkers. I'm here with Max Crandell. Say hi, Max.
What's going on, everybody?
We are very excited to be here, streaming, commentating today, hoping to bring you some awesome commander action. We got the players shuffling up now. We got the life counter out. I'm curious to see what these two players are playing for their commander. If you were going to enter this tournament, Max, what would be your preference for commanders? Are you looking for a aggro pair up or a combo control pair up, or what would you really like to do?
My playstyle really leans into the control, so I want to build a combo control matchup with my partner. But around here, the aggro matchups are what really take steam here in these tournaments from what I've seen when I come and visit the shop.
I think the last commander tournament that was held here a month or two ago, the last two-headed giant event, it was a double aggro commander. I believe Kari Zev and Zurgo were the winners.
Mono red is how it gets done here.
Absolutely. We've seen some, as we were perusing the tables previously, we saw some aggro commanders out there. We did see some combo commanders out there.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got a good mix today.
I do too. It's going to be really interesting. You never know what this format's going to bring. It really does shake it up.
We're doing 40 life today, one match. It's going to be modified Vancouver mulligans today. That's right, that means you draw your 7. If you don't like it, you set those aside, and you get a redraw. One free mulligan, I believe.
One free up to 7.
Beautiful, and then you start working your way down from there. We have the players shuffling up and resolving mulligans. We see it looks like Team Balls Deep. Quite the name. Looks like they're going to be keeping. Not too terribly appropriate, but I guess we'll go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun, guys. So, threat level demon is on the other side. Looks like they're shuffling up as well. Got one player who can't seem to find a good hand.
He must have picked something. I wonder if he mulled down to 6.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he has here coming up.
We'll see if he gets a scry going here.
Once again, welcome. We are at D20 Gaming LLC in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We're very happy to be commentating here today. My name is Eric Volkers. I'm here with Baby Gaming, and we have Max here from the Commander Central podcast.
Yep.
Go check them out. Go search on Facebook, CMDR Central, right?
That's what it is. Yep.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Go check them out if you're hungry for some good Commander live talk there. The podcast comes out, what's your frequency?
We release weekly on Monday mornings. Our newest episodes come out, so you can find us on all the platforms, iTunes, YouTube. We're on Twitter and Facebook. Hit us up. We want to hear from you about your EDH experiences.
Absolutely. We'll check out what these players have. We see some commanders being flipped up. Looks like Horde Notions got a little bit of glare on those ones there. We might have to fix that next round. But for now, it looks like we are in a Zurgo Kari Zev matchup. Looks like we've got Horde of Notions.
And Una, I believe, the black-white fairy.
Una. Interesting.
Black-blue fairy, I apologize.
So what are those two commanders looking to do then?
I'm thinking the fairy deck is all about the combo, and I just got told it's the Maralen of the Morning Song. Is what the combo, the commander is, along with Horde Notions.
Gotcha.
So it's definitely a tutor-based two tutor-based decks being able to search, built into your commanders, against two decks that are be coming right at you on turn 1 or 2 with their haste enablers. So.
And we see, speaking of haste, we see a Zurgo coming down turn 1 here. A very common play for the Zurgo deck.
Very common play. The difference here in the 1v1 format, there's no Soul Ring, so you don't get that turn 1 Soul Ring like you do in the multiplayer commander format.
Soul Ring, definitely a powerful card. Too much glare on that card for us to see. We're going to have to get that fixed up here. This is our first time streaming a 4-player commander tournament. We hope that y'all stick with us as we work out any difficulties. We see attacks as they enter the red zone. Down to 36.
4 to the face.
4. And players discuss what their next move is. Tap, tap. Kari Zev. Looks like we got a couple creatures. Is that a gremlin?
Looks like a gremlin from maybe the Kaladesh block somewhere.
We're going deep.
Oh, it's an energy card. Look at that.
The energy counter comes out. I don't see that too often in Commander, do you?
No, not at all. We've actually talked about that a little bit. It's just missing a few key pieces. I think Wizards ever revisits the mechanic, I think it'll be viable in Commander in the future.
So is now a good time to save all your energy cards that you have, just in case?
Maybe save those Aether Hubs, save that Aetherworks Marvel.
I know I have set aside even all my puzzle knots, a lot of them, because even as a common, it's not one that I want to have to go out and rebuy. So
Right.
I'd prefer to just have them.
I tend to do that. Sometimes I just bite the bullet and pay the 10 cents for that common I need. Versus
Oh man, I'm too
through-
frugal.
It beats spending 4 hours searching through 20,000 cards for one.
That is true. Just make someone at the store search for it, right?
That's why they're here. You're right.
All right.
Looks like Team Threat Level Demon is just thinking out their turn, maybe.
Yep, and we watched them during the first run a little bit out on the tables, and they were very thorough with their turns.
Yes, they definitely worked well as a team. They made sure they each did the right move. A lot of communication, which is a big key piece here in the two-headed giant format.
Fetch is going to be cracked here. Team Balls Deep right on that 1 life loss with the fetch. We see a Tundra.
That's a Tundra.
Very nice. I know that the Threat Level Demon Squad has some high buck pieces of cardboard that we might be seeing today.
Oh, yeah. Offering the cuts.
You wouldn't be able to tell that they like nice cards from the playmats out there. All right. Signet. Blue-black Signet. Demir Signet.
It's going to be really interesting to see how these two mono red decks deal with what I assume are the combo-centric decks opposite of them. You know, not much in red is going to stop them tutoring their decks for maybe like Stranglehold.
Once again, deciding what they're going to play out. We see the red players staring intently at their hands.
Yep.
I assume that they're going to want to keep putting this pressure on Threat Level Demon at this point.
That is what I would probably plan to do as well. While they have more creatures out on the board, you might as well just start smacking them in the face over and over.
Now, when we see Esper from one of the players, and we see a couple black lands from the other one, are you laying out your threats, or are you holding something back in your hand right now? What would you take as far as attacking these combo-centric decks? Because it's very possible that they're holding a sweeper.
Right, that's very true. I think at this point in the game where the only untapped lands are on the mono-black player's side of Threat Level Demon, I wouldn't be too concerned with some instant removal, maybe a Fatal Push, maybe just an easy removal spell, but I think this early in the game you just keep playing your threats and start swinging away and worry about the board wipes later in the game and worry about rebuilding then.
And I believe the mono-black player missed a land drop too here.
It does look like it.
And is he mono black? He must be black blue. Is that
Black
what he
blue.
is?
Let's look it up.
And we see some cards being turned sideways. Blocks. To the bin. Kari Zev will get another counter on it. Be a little bit more expensive the next time she gets ran out there.
Yep.
And brings her monkey companion with her.
The monkey pirate.
The monkey pirate. One of my favorite tournaments to win, I think, would be the SCG Invitational, where the winner gets made into a token.
Okay.
My two favorite tokens would be either Ragavan. I think being a Ragavan token would be hilarious. Otherwise, I would also love to do the Monarch token. Just get blinged out in treasure, sit on a throne or something, and just look regal.
That would be awesome.
And we see good swings here from the red players, putting them down to 27 on the other side. They're going to have to start assembling something here, because with this pace that the red team is taking, they will eat them up quickly here.
Very quickly. You know, they already have them down to almost half their life. 2 more. Ooh. And that is an Abbot of Kirkkeep, it looks like, on Team Balls Deep side of the field.
And the Swift Spear, I believe, was played this turn and got in.
Yep.
So we got a good squad going on that side. Ooh, is that a Supreme Verdict?
It does look like a Supreme Verdict.
Deciding responses, scooping it up.
Yep, there it goes. That's
right.
how you reset the game, in my opinion.
That's a good one. We got a land drop with a Bazooka Bog.
And they definitely took out the left side of Team Balls Deep's graveyard because that's where all those creatures went. You don't want to risk any reanimation that might be happening.
Absolutely. We see cards being drawn for the turn. To the hand. Land drop. Not too much deciding for the land drops in these red decks, huh?
No. That's definitely something about mono red. You really got to be careful about how fast you play your hand out because the draw really isn't there like it is in blue and black.
Absolutely. One thing, though, too, about Commander is having access to that Commander.
Yes.
Really helps recovering after such a board wipe. Looks like a pirate ran out there for Team Balls Deep.
Is that Captain Lannery Storm by chance?
I think that's Captain Lannery Storm making an appearance.
That's a great card. It's going to be able to make some treasure tokens to be used later to recast Kari Zev or Zurgo.
Team Threat Level Demon definitely has to tread carefully and take time on their decisions here to be able to survive this onslaught. We got a couple more cards that came out for the red side, so they're definitely rebuilding and are going to be able to mount that push here in the next turn or two. They'll really have, I'm expecting them to have a decent board presence. We got a Mutavault on the red team side as well too that can animate and get in there for a couple damage. We have no blockers for Threat Level Demon right now.
They go down now back to, look, down to 13. We're hitting the red zone here. And yep, we have confirmed it is Maralen of the Morn Song is the mono black deck for Threat Level Demon.
Beautiful.
Ooh, did he just draw? Yep. But he looks like he's short of mana.
1 mana short of the Damnation drawn by Threat Level Demon. I know that deck does have a lot of quick mana in it.
Yes, we definitely saw that during round 1 while watching the other games.
I don't know if he's been sandbagging anything that can produce him a mana here. I would think he would have ran it out.
I think he would have ran it out, especially at 13 life. You need
any sort of Mox or anything like that, like a
Mox Diamond.
Mox Diamond, yeah. Chrome Mox, you'd have to discard land, and you would have been playing those.
Yeah,
so
a Grim Monolith would be really nice for him right now, just to get some mana back to be able to do something.
And Damnation is just kind of the first step in being able to win this match. Even after you play it, you still have to worry about the red team rebuilding and having access to a creature that's tough to block like Kari Zev. Kari Zev presents definite problems for some of these decks.
Yep, especially bringing that token in, you got to decide which one you got to block. And I believe Kari Zev has Menace, so you just need blockers in general just to be able to.
And that's not what these decks typically specialize in. We can see a Breya deck, a Breya control deck, possibly come down and bring her 2 Thopter buddies with her, give her a little bit of advantage, that extra blocker. I don't think either of these two commanders come with friends, right?
No. I mean, Horde of Notions is a 5/5 haster with Vigilance, so that's not something to be super worried about. There's a Council's Judgment coming down.
Interesting.
This is actually one of my personally favorite cards in Commander, is the Council's Judgment.
Where do you what seems to be some of the best targets? Is it because it's just a permanent, so you can take anything you want?
It's a non-land permanent, but my favorite part is it doesn't target, so it gets around your hexproofs and shrouds, so when your opponents are playing Lightning Greaves or something, you don't have to worry about it because you can just get rid of that nasty commander that is beating you down. Another thing is it brings the political game out of Commander, especially in the multiplayer format. In the Two-Headed Giant, it's a little different, but you can really sway the vote if you really need that biggest threat gone to try to get the rest of the table to vote for it.
So
possible.
It's a fun card, too.
It's just a fun card.
I like cards that are fun in Commander. I play Commander for fun mostly. I don't play as much competitive Commander, but whenever I'm playing Commander, I'm looking to have a lot of fun, and that's a fun card. That's to politic people.
It's so much fun. I mean, and I'm on the same boat you are, and look at, there's Damnation being cast. I agree. I play EDH for fun. I'm not too big into this 1v1 format, but my co-host Chris Degner is actually playing in the tournament today, and hopefully we'll catch him and his teammate on stream later in the day.
Yeah, I like to give them some crap, I think.
Yeah,
right?
That'll be a lot of fun.
Still looking through the hand. These are precious few turns that they're going to have here. Land.
I mean,
good choice.
Yeah, Team Balls Deep definitely has the advantage with just having more land in general than Threat Level Demon, I think.
And even so, they're going to be able to fire up Mutavault, possibly cast some commanders here if our player on the left can hit another land.
I don't think he did, because the player on the right played his 5th land this turn.
Yeah. Doing some counting, figuring out the turn, planning, walking through it. You got to put pressure on them,
Yeah,
you think?
At this point in the game, they're just... Team Balls Deep is trying to figure out how to get that life total down to 0 in the fewest turns possible with the 9 mana they have between the two players.
They're looking. They're trying to do some math,
Yep.
seeing what they want to tap.
We're getting some lands tapped.
Oh, going to the face.
3 damage. Okay, we're down to 8.
At this point, I kind of like firing up. Do you fire up Mutavault or do you cast Zurgo if you're the player on the left?
Ooh,
you can knock them down to 6, and I think it might depend on how much burn you're playing in your deck too.
Right.
Though.
I mean, I think you play Zurgo just to have something out in case one of them does cast another creature. You do have a blocker if possible.
Much more mana efficient.
Right. You save that Mutavault for the last...
Getting that final push.
That final push, just because I haven't seen much land destruction yet, and maybe they aren't running any, so that Mutavault is probably the safer option overall.
Yeah, and it would be pretty hard for Threat Level Demon to play any land destruction at this point. They don't have as many mana rocks out, it seems like.
Definitely true there.
Threat Level Demon, I believe he can cast, let's see, blue, black, white, blue. So what, he's short red? He can't produce red or green?
Red and green, so no Horde notions yet. Threat Level Demon doing some more discussing between the two of them, figuring out what they can do to get out of the situation.
It's important right now. I mean, they're hanging on by the last bit, and then they got, even after they stabilize, it's an uphill climb.
It's a very uphill climb. I mean, even Maralen herself isn't really going to help them, because losing 3 life every upkeep just to go tutor isn't going to help them.
Absolutely.
At this point in the game.
Looks like they're deciding. They may have a line here. Just double check it. Make sure that everything's looking good, as best as it can be, at least in this spot, huh?
Yeah.
Was Team Balls Deep our winners of our last one with the double?
Yes, they were the winners of the last two-headed giant 1v1 tournament.
They're back again defending the belt, trying to go for 2 in a row.
It would be interesting to find out if they made any changes since their last tournament, or if they just
ran it back.
You know, got it on the table again with it.
Absolutely. It's not a bad bragging point when you get to say, yeah, I just play the same deck all the time. I crush people. They can't change it no matter what they do. I must just be better than everybody.
Yep. Those are the people I really like to hand a loss to.
Absolutely. I'm going to come with a mono-red sweeper. Red-white sweepers is what we'll call it. And I'll play Ghostly Prison, and I'll play Sphere of Safety, and I'll just play all the, enchantments.
Red-white enchantments. There we go.
I'll make them hate their life. You want to keep playing Magic?
That's kind of control. You could do red-white control, and I'll play some weird combo. There we go.
Jeskai, or like a Jeskai, yeah. I'll Blood Moon myself. I don't even care. These guys, of course, probably aren't affected too much by Blood Moon, but...
That Mutavault.
Gotta get that Mutavault.
I don't know what you do when you're Team Threat Level Demon right here. You're staring down the cannon.
Well, you know you're looking and you're talking to your buddy, and you're looking at them and you're going, all right, we die next turn.
Right.
Or, we die in 2 turns.
2 turns, 3 turns.
What about if we do this? We die in 1 turn.
Right.
We can't pay the, mana to activate this. And the decisions become a lot harder. We see an Inquisition fired off here, it looks like.
Interesting choice, in my opinion.
It must be their only one.
Must be.
So they're going to try and take something out.
Targeting the player on the left.
If there's any instant speed burn spells, they're going to be played here.
Looks like that's what's happening.
I am not even familiar with that card.
Neither am I. If anybody in chat can identify that card from just the art, that'd be great.
But it's instant speed. It's going to go at the face, it looks like, of an opponent. If it's red, you think it's got to be a burn spell, right?
It must be.
People have to stretch deep to get enough burn spells in red.
Sure, we'll go with that. Oh, looks like it's being countered.
And he still hits a card there.
Yep. And that might have been the final 2 cards in that player's hand, so maybe this was the smart choice.
Long term, at least, right? But they got to last.
Right. They have to last.
So we got one player on the red who's going to be effectively either Mutavalding or playing Zurgo, probably next turn, unless he draws something good.
Being Hellbound is not great in this situation.
Ooh, taking 2.
Is that from the Inquisition?
From the mana base, I believe that's from the mana base on the threat level demon in the upper left-hand corner.
Oh, did they bring in that Sacred Foundry? Did he shock himself with that? Is that what it was?
I believe so.
Oh, there's an Is It Charm.
Ooh.
Countering that burn spell.
Effectively holding on for another turn, costing themselves 2 life, though. 2 precious life.
Very precious life. Down to 6. There's
Ooh.
1.
I thought I saw.
I think I just saw
a picture with lightning on
it. That's an infamous card. And unlike in Modern, you only get 1 of those in this format.
Here comes Mutavault. That's going to put him down to 4.
And Kari Zev is out.
And they're going to let him untap here.
Let's see what Team Threat Level Demon has in store for the final couple turns.
He had a black-white and a blue-white land open. Would you hold that bolt when that was the only 2 lands untapped? Or do you fire it off and put them to 1?
I think you hold it and wait to see what they do in response if you get another combat step.
All right. That's fair. Mana Leak was open.
Right, yep. I mean, I've seen plenty of games where the opponent is at 4 life and they battle back with removal spells and counters. So make them burn their removal on stuff that isn't going to hit them for damage.
Absolutely. Do you think that the balance in this 2-headed giant commander is weighted pretty equally between the aggro decks and the combo decks? Do you think it's favored any which way ever?
I think when you face 2 combo decks against 2 aggro decks, it's a very interesting matchup. I mean, we're seeing here it got slanted very quickly.
Yep.
I also think that has to do with the fact that they're facing a 5-color and a mono black.
They've done a decent amount. This Horde Notions player has done a decent amount of damage to himself through his mana base. I mean, we might almost be at double digits. I think it's 6 to 8 damage that he's taken off of his land base and having stuff coming untapped and.
Yeah, I totally agree. I know there's some other combo-centric decks out there today that are mono blue.
Yeah, Teferi is a popular mono blue combo deck. They kind of have a storm thing going, correct?
Yes, that is definitely the thing. A storm, they play all the blue planeswalkers with Teferi's abilities to be able to use their activations at instant speed is really powerful if you get that ult off.
And that's a big if.
You're right. I don't think I've actually ever seen that deck cast Teferi, but it's plan B, I think.
Once again, threat level demon untapping, drawing, showing each other their cards.
And I believe the Horde Notions player is still missing green mana. So they can't even get Horde out for a blocker right now.
Very relevant at this point. The mana bases on those 5-color decks, the competitive ones,
are extreme.
Yeah. When we were playing all the duels,
yep,
it's a good chunk of money into the mana base. These red decks, though, not too bad, huh?
Mountains? I mean, Mutavault. That's kind of expensive. That's probably $10.
Yeah.
At this point, it's what mountain do you want to run?
What mountains? That's the big question. What's your favorite mountain?
Ooh, I'm a fan of the premium deck series Fire and Lightning mountains.
That's a good one.
Those are fun because you got a full stack of foils of them. You know, didn't have to chase down the same art. And there's 4 arts in that deck, so...
A little bit of a mixture still.
A little bit of a variant, but I think you get 3 of each or 5 of each. It was a fun deck to pick up. Those are my favorite mountains, I think.
I really like the unhinged ones from Jonavon.
Yeah.
Those are classic. They look really good, and that mysterious kind of really red mountain, and I really like those. I really like a lot of the unlands, though. Most of my favorites are from unsets. However, I do really like the Lorwyn puke swamps and puke islands. Just, they're so colorful, and they really, I think that they're very appealing because of all that color. You don't see swamps that are that colorful often.
No, not at all.
We see threat level demon doing a little digging, holding up a finger.
Oh. How many cards in hand? Oh.
Looks like 3.
And that player in the bottom right just revealed the mountain in his hand. Probably from something that the Maralen player played.
So if we can take a swing here and Kari Zev and Mutavault, that's going to present 5 damage, plus we got a lightning bolt still in that player's hand.
Yes. So we'll see what happens. This could be nearing the end right now.
Three lands going to be tapped. Is that a wheel being played?
That is a Wheel of Fortune. Look at that.
Oh, we're going to see lightning bolt fired off to the face.
To the face. They're down to 1.
Oh, precarious situation for threat level demon.
Nope. It looks like they just... Is that a swan song? It is a swan song. So that's an interesting play by countering that lightning bolt, saving yourself to 3 life, but you just gave them a bird token,
that
flying. And I think it's a 2/2 actually, not a 1/1.
Of course, they don't use the nice big dice that
you provided. Correct.
Right.
We'll make sure the next round understands why those dice are there.
And we see the players drawing their cards.
Yep.
Only 3 total mana open on that side.
And they're facing down Kari Zev,
a Mutavault,
and a 2/2 bird token with flying. So I mean,
it's gonna be tough. Look at that lightning in the
that's a
ball lightning or
ball lightning or torment helmet. Yeah, that's a ball lightning.
I think that's a 6/1 trample haster. Wheel is discard your hand, draw 7, correct?
That is correct. It is not. Some of the newer versions of the wheels are discard, draw that many.
Yep.
Discard, draw that many plus 1. So
who wants to play fair Magic? Who wants to play those fair cards?
Give
me 7.
You're letting everybody draw 7, so that's an interesting play by letting.
But it might be the only.
It probably was the only play. You're exactly right. And at this point, when you're at 4 life, you hope to hit all lands. Is probably what the hope was. Yep, that definitely is a ball lightning. That.
Beautiful.
The player on the bottom right drew.
And they go to the random discard.
Not what threat level demon wanted to see by that random discard of a land. You're really hoping to hit a spell there.
But they fan out that ball lightning is going to be a doozy.
Yeah.
We got 3 total mana open now on threat level demon side. It's going to be hard to stave off all these threats from the red team. And here we go. Is red team going to be able to pull this off here? Can they shut the door on threat level demon?
Playing that 2 lands.
Play Mr. Lightning. Where is he? That's not it.
That's not it.
Is it 3 red?
It is triple red to cast the ball lightning, correct.
It's going to go digging. Looking at lightning strike. Is that what that is?
I cannot tell, unfortunately.
Theros lightning strike on top. Maybe he's looking at what he has left for burn in his deck too, what he's cast so far. Could be anything running. They're just trying to figure out how to finish this one off. Pound in those last couple points of damage here.
Oh. Threat level demon cracking a fetch. Cracking that Misty Rainforest. Going down to 3.
Blue-green maybe going to get
that green land that they finally need.
He's getting a blue. He's going to have to counter something here possibly.
2 blue and a godless shrine. So
godless? Is that a godless shrine? Is that a sunken runes? Yep.
Or a watery grave, something like
watery grave, yep. Watery grave. Flusterstorm. He's going to try and shut off the mana. And then a remand to bring Flusterstorm back to his hand. And he's going to leave the multiple copies out there to counter it then.
Yep. Does that save him, though? I mean, it buys him more time.
They're tapped out now.
Yeah.
I say let it go away.
Yep, let all those Flusterstorms resolve.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. They hit 0. That is
the
match, folks. Team Balls Deep takes it. Only losing 6 life.
Yeah, they kept him on the back foot pretty well there. They kept the pressure up. They kept a little bit of gas in their hands, and then they were able to really push through the final amount, even through the Inquisition, even through some of the removal spells that were played. 2 sweepers.
2 sweepers.
We saw Damnation and Supreme Verdict. That's a lot to come back from a red team, but I think that they maneuvered it pretty well there and being able to work their way around those, keep the pressure on threat level demon, and they weren't able to draw and stabilize there.
Right, having been stuck on that 3 land for quite a few turns on threat level demon on that second player really slowed them down, I think, and I'm interested to see what these 2 mono red decks keep doing the rest of the day here at D20 Gaming.
It's very possible that we see them later on at the top tables. For now, we're going to take a break. We're going to line up the next round, and then we'll be right back with more Commander action.